It has been nearly 4 months since the name of website Capitol was attacked, and Thursday marked a major victory for the U.S. Justice Department and a sentencing for 4 members of the far-right Proud Boys group. The jury found Enrique Tarrio, former leader of the Proud Boys, and the other 3 defendants guilty of seditious conspiracy, an offense that carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. This is the same charge leveled against several members of the far-right militia group, the Oath Keepers, who were also convicted in earlier trials. In addition to Tarrio, Ethan Nordine, Joseph Biggs, and Zachary Rell were all guilty of the seditious conspiracy charge. The jury did not come to a decision in the case of Dominic Petzola, the only defendant who wasn't directly involved in leading the group. 500 people have already pleaded guilty to charges related to the Capitol riot, and around 80 have been convicted, including the Oath Keepers founder, Stuart Rhodes. This trial was the longest of any trial related to the attack, and the jury heard almost 50 days of testimonies since January. During the closing arguments, prosecutor Connor Morrow said that the Proud Boys, who call themselves a Western chauvinist group, viewed themselves as a fighting force behind Donald Trump and were ready to commit violence in order to overturn the election defeat. The prosecution also said that Tarrio and the other defendants had acquired paramilitary gear for the attack, and that Tarrio himself had even stayed in Baltimore to direct the attack following his arrest on the 4th of January for burning a Black Lives Matter banner at a church. On the day of the attack, supporters of former President Donald Trump stormed the Capitol while Congress was voting to certify then presidential-elect Joe Biden's victory in the November 2020 election. 5 people died, and over 140 police officers were injured during the mayhem. Defense lawyers argued that their clients had no intention to attack the Capitol, and that they had traveled to Washington in order to peacefully protest. They attempted to paint the blame squarely upon Trump, claiming that it was he who had urged the protesters to descend on the Capitol. Regardless of the defense's arguments, the jury handed down its verdict in favor of the prosecution. Tarrio, Nordine, Biggs, Rell, and other Proud Boys could potentially face up to 20 years in prison. We'll have to wait and see what the future brings for them.